more people can say more things to more people than ever in history, and that is still growing enormously.
There is this possibility of using these tools to do massive things, which is completely unexplored at the moment.
We can work together in ways that ask a deeper question about the role of government.
There's a whole new model that's emerging where we become part of the government.
I think we've got the technology that any vote that's in Parliament could be offered to the entire country.
This is a very profound change. I'm not talking about people lobbying outside parties influencing government. I'm talking about unbundling and reconstituting what is a government.
These tools have lowered the cost of doing things to the point where our desire to engage with one another is enough to get things now to happen at a very large social scale rather than just a sort of smaller family and friend scale. The old model of social trust and anointed experts is one of only many, many patterns in which society can both exhibit trust and gain value from those relationships. And we're seeing the other patterns reestablish themselves.
At the moment, I'm on my way to go and meet 4 people who I've never met before, apart from online, all Mumsnet posters. I don't really know that much about them, apart from they've all got babies. Get yourself comfy.
So what's your name again? Jen. Hi.
What we're actually beginning to see is people putting their faith in a different kind of professionalism.
The amount of times you read threads about health visitors or some healthcare professional that's given absolutely ridiculous advice.
They undermine your own confidence, and I think that's what Mumsnet gives you back. Elliot's quite...
People trust the mothers they meet on Mumsnet because they've been mums, not because they're health visitors or social workers or whatever. And so I think there is something about who do we trust.
You don't mind me joining you?
No, of course not.
This is Joshua, by the way.
Thing that comes up when you search on Google for a bit of information about a health condition you have. Can you trust that more than the doctor? The fact that if you have lots and lots of people collaborating and sharing information, actually the good rises to the top, and there's a kind of self-policing that's going on.
I've seen bad advice, and if there is bad advice, you can guarantee that people afterwards are going to say, no, ignore such and such a person. They don't know what they're talking about. If you've got one post that says, do this, and then you've got 25 posts afterwards saying, don't listen to them, they haven't got a clue, then you're not going to listen to them.
The more people you have involved, the more people you have kind of tending to the information that's being shared, that is a way of ensuring quality.
It's not like you get advice from one person, you'll get advice from 25, 30 people within minutes. It's like you post a thread, now though, I'm the one running along, like, oh look, I know that thread, I can post you the links. But yes, you want a childbirth? Oh, of course you can have one. Here you go, have a look at this. This is the reason.
You would trust other mums more than you would trust, the health service or, government policy or, best practice papers about how to bring up children and so on. And so the motivation to kind of network on a peer-to-peer basis and help each other is quite high. And so, it's a very simple economic model in terms of how you invest your time and your attention.
Hello, welcome to Directionless Inquiries.
I'm trying to find the nearest cash machine. I'm outside Shoreditch Church on Shoreditch High Street. Okay.
The basic idea is this, is that if you're out on the street and you've got a mobile phone, you phone this number and you're connected to somebody that happens to be able to answer a question that you need to know.
The London number is directed really at people who've registered for the system and have expressed the fact that they know something about London or about a particular part of London. So you can phone that number and you'll be connected to people with that local knowledge.
It's basically like a virtual telephone exchange.
Yeah.
Here we go. And basically I phone up a number and they'll tell me, just tell us anything we want to know.
I don't really mind talking to somebody in a call centre in Bangalore, but it isn't always the best place to get information about what's happening next door to you or down your street. And especially if you're stuck somewhere and you need to get to a pub that you don't know the name of, or you've lost the details of where this or that is.
It's quite nice just to be able to help someone on the way by giving them directions, for example, or by just imparting a bit of your wisdom that you've gained over the many years of being on this planet.
Yeah.
There is something in the fact that that kind of gift economy has always been there. It's just that it's remained invisible, and partly what kind of social media is beginning to do is bring that gift economy out into the open to make it more tangible.
The cost to you of sharing one piece of information is a lot less than the benefit that you get back from, you know, everybody else's information. So, you know, it's like the old adage, you got one thing to teach and you've got lots and lots of things to learn. And I think that model is present in many of these sites and these phenomena.
If a system can actually give people responsibility and actually allow them to act in a positive way, then they would do that. They would do that with gusto.
They're connecting on the basis of highly relevant similarities. It's not generic do-gooding. This is highly specific and highly individualised, and therefore far more powerful. Whether it's travelling on a budget, or whether it's being a mother, or whether it's being someone who feels they need a bit of help from a friendly stranger who's been in the same situation. Everything can be fulfilled by allowing people to help each other.